Greetings, family. I welcome you into this all chakra tuning, balancing, and healing Kundalini awakening, root to crown chakra healing meditation. Enjoy. Namaste. We speak light, we speak love, and we speak energy to Muladhara, Svatistana, Manipara, Anahata, Vishuddha, Ajna, Sahasrara. From root to crown. Thank you. Stillness and blessings, everybody. Love and light, health and wholeness. I'm gonna give y'all a little lily for the high vibratory. Stillness and blessings, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and blessings, love and light, health and wholeness. I'm happy to be back with y'all on familiar grounds. I was in transition to travel, had a beautiful time, visited home. With that, I hope this hour finds everybody in the highest vibratory. Take off these glasses so I can see. I hope this hour finds everybody in the highest frequency possible, in the highest version of oneself. I'm gonna start off the forward with you cannot own a child of God. And I speak this for everybody. You cannot own a child of God. Time has a way of changing things, and in things going through changes, time has a way of changing us. Your changes change those around you, for better or worse. That's powerful. Your changes change those around you, for better or for worse. That's for somebody. Every level you reach, there's another obstacle that you have to face with it. There's challenges to every level. Yet we have to combat those challenges to be able to move forward. The best ability is availability. The best ability is availability. And last but not least, it always turns out right for you if you can see past what you must go through. It will always turn out right for you if you can see past what you must go through. Inspire, compliment, encourage. With that, we're going to proceed into the 80K, Book 2, Law of Life. We're still in the section of creation. This will be part 4. Our own world is a duplication of the creation of the universe. Our own world is a duplication of the creation of a universe. The beings of the elements prepared the planet for habitation. So this planet was prepared with habitation probably before people appeared on it. They had to have provision. We had to have food. We had to have clothing. We had to have shelter. And then even through the evolution of mankind, you can only imagine the sacrifices and the deaths that occurred for the ancestors of mankind to figure out what's agreeable and versus the unagreeable. That means what's edible and what's not edible. For us to know what's poisonous and what's not, according to the charts and the knowledge and the research we had today. That's deep. Imagine the sacrifices that was made. Imagine the life that was lost. For us to know what we can digest and what we can't. The beings of the elements prepared the planet for habitation. After this came the angelic host, whose service is to radiate their qualities to mankind, coming to inhabit this orb. The beings of the elements prepared the planet for habitation. After this came the angelic host, whose service is to radiate their qualities to the mankind coming to inhabit this orb. The angelic hosts are taken to a planet by the archangels before it is inhabited by the race. Mankind, angels, and elementals work in conscious cooperation with each other. Thus, the 3 kingdoms or evolutions have opportunity for the development on each planet. All these are guarded by the 7 archangels. Man is to become co-creator with God, a master power. The angels and elementals are to render service unto us and give obedience to us. The 7 archangels represented the 7 rays at the beginning of habitation on earth as Chohans. When a planet is to be inhabited, it is made known amongst other planets that there is opportunity for life streams to serve. Those desiring to serve in such capacity are known as guardians. These guardians already have much development and are volunteered from other more advanced planets. They go with the Manu and give assistance to the new race. The Manu of the first root race with the guardians and the ones of the first sub-race to come forth in the beginning of habitation on earth were led and escorted by Archangel Michael in the descent, and it was at the time of the spring solstice. The location where they descended was in the vicinity of the Teton Mountains in the United States of America. A planet has an approximate cycle of evolution for its races. The Earth cycle was to be 7 root races with 7 sub-races in each, as one of each of the 7 rays predominated in that cycle, which was to nourish one particular center within the physical and inner bodies. This gives an approximate cycle of 14,000 years to a root race, in which time mankind were to attain mastery. There were the 2 golden ages referred to as the Garden of Eden. There was no dissonance and no static in the atmosphere then. That means no chaos or confusion. The first and second root races completed their course on schedule. third was a little longer in the process, but did attain the eternal freedom in the ascension and has returned home. There was no division of races in the beginning. It was during the progress of the fourth root race, about the middle of this cycle, which was the middle of Earth's natural progress, that a cosmic council, it was decided that at a cosmic council, it was decided for the Earth to take on the laggards from other planets. These laggards were individuals who were stranded and without a planet on which to embody to complete their evolution. Evidently, some were from various other planets, those who had failed to make the grade when their planet progressed into a higher state of being. However, it was said that there was a planet called Maldek, Maldec, which we call Lucifer, that was destroyed through discord and the release of atomic energy, that way leaving several billion life streams without a planet, since they had generated too much discord or were not developed sufficiently to be given their ascension at the time of that crisis. Taking on the laggards has overcrowded our planet, as well as drawn mankind and guardians into discord and this density we are in now. The Earth was originally designed for around 3.5 billion life streams, with only a portion of these in embodiment at one time. There are still many of the fourth root race on Earth, some of the fifth, a small number of the sixth, and at this writing, the seventh is beginning to come in. There were magnificent temples of the various virtues manifest on Lemuria at the time. The high priests were notified of the decision to take on these laggards. They went into action to prepare for the event by making application and drawing forth more power and light. This preparation went on for around 100 years. Only certain ones in the temple were informed about this. The populace did not know of it. The population did not know of it. The time came and the laggards began to take embodiment. They coming through these individuals who were embodied on Earth, living in an innocent and pure state. All requirements were supplied by and through precipitation, as man is not ordained to labor, to earn a living by the sweat of the brow, as is the condition presently. All requirements were supplied by and through precipitation, as man was not ordained to work, to earn a living by the sweat of the brow, as is the condition presently. The density of the physical body is the reason for it, and the struggle which mankind has, because that density, which is produced by discord in the feelings, does not let the energy from the presence, flow through freely. Man came here a being of light, free. We came here as beings of light, free. The earth was provided for us, beautiful with all that was required, with elementals to produce every good thing in nature. There were no storms and weather conditions to combat or the need of protection from them. Therefore, present-day conditions of materialism were not required. Life streams came here to learn to direct and master energy for a definite manifestation, not just to provide for the function of living. The conditions became more and more discordant and of a destructive nature instead of constructive, as many of the laggards who had greatly developed intellectual powers and selfish desires and purposes focused their attention of the intellect upon sense appetites through subtle feelings. They got into governmental and other key positions, and in that way influenced great numbers. This is our government today. Some also had the power to draw into embodiment individuals of their own nature and who would work in cooperation with them. Thus came about the fall of man, confusion, forgetfulness of their source, and disintegration. It is said it was during that time animal creation, imperfect creatures, on earth began, and that there were no animals in the first golden ages. It is because of mankind's misqualified, chaotic energy that animals have destructive natures and are vicious. They take on these impure radiations that we give off, and this same action is the cause of blight, fungus growth, poisonous, and distorted plants. Animals are elemental beings functioning in bodies, most of them with horizontal instead of upright spines and unpleasant radiations. Beings of the four elements are created by cosmic beings. Their nature is to imitate, mirror, or take on what they see and become that form. Of course, in the beginning, that produced only perfection when there were no imperfect thought forms and distortions. Therefore, when mankind began to generate these human qualities, the beings of the elements, seeing them, also began to picture them out. Your life will be an example, not by the words you say, but by the life you live. Words don't speak, but your life will be the messenger you leave behind. With that, like, share, subscribe. I hope y'all appreciated me appreciating y'all. You know, question, comment. I thank you for your donations, as well as your questions and comments. $SAIWOODAGOD. That's $Sawuda God. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. We out.